Hello, very good afternoon to you. The leader of the Liberal Democrats, Sir Vince Cable, has warned the government not to agree to bail out the construction company Carillion with taxpayers' money. There are fears the firm, which has debts of £1.5 billion, could collapse after creditors rejected a possible rescue plan. Carillion employs about 20,000 people in the UK and is one of the government's main contractors. Our business correspondent Joe Lynam reports.
This is Liverpool's newest hospital under construction. It'll be the biggest single-bed hospital in the UK, and it's being built by Carillion. Now there's concern that projects like these could be affected if the company collapses. From prisons to hospitals to schools and rail, Carillion is responsible for some of the UK's largest infrastructure and maintenance projects. So, should the government bail the debt-laden company out?
I think what has to happen in this case, the contracts have to be kept going and supporting the supply chain and the tens of thousands of workers, and that can be done by government taking a lot of this in-house or retendering in other cases. That the government can't just do a financial bailout. This is, you know, the shareholders and the creditors, the big banks, have got to take a hit. They can't just offload all the losses onto the taxpayer.
Carillion is a major British company. It has hundreds of contracts running prisons, maintaining hospitals and MOD facilities, with almost 20,000 employees here and tens of thousands more dependent on the company. But it has run up debts of £1.5 billion, including almost £1 billion to its banks, whose patience has run out. Britain's biggest ever rail infrastructure project, High Speed 2, starts major construction this year and here at Euston Station. Carillion is supposed to build it, but given its mountain of debts, there's a very real chance that the government might step in and have to give those contracts to other companies or simply bail the company out, with all the moral hazard that comes with that. So what would happen to other companies that Carillion had passed on some work to?
Companies like Carillion outsource most of their work. So pretty much all their supply chains are dependent on them for payment. And of course, not only that, you know, you've got so many tiers of contracting. So there's people, of course, lower down the chain as well who are equally concerned. But that's the kind of model we have in the construction industry, where these large firms outsource everything.
If Carillion cannot be saved or restructured, the consultants EY have been put on notice to take over as administrators. It's a precautionary measure which the government and thousands of staff hold